Hello everyone, this is White Wolf. We're going to try this one more time in the woods, and I might have to do it somewhere else. So without further ado, this is White Wolf. I hope the internet connection's good. If it's not, let me know. We're going to talk about the intense energies that are coming in for us and creating while we're in the midst of the chaos, if you will. So what does it mean to really create in the midst of your issues or your problems, or in times of healing and integration, in times of coming back into sync with yourself, coming back into alignment, and also just not giving into the chaos itself and also the intense energies that are present. So when we allow ourselves not to give in to the intense energies, we allow ourselves to be a non-dual awareness, because we give ourselves that sense of independence, that sense of belonging, but we also give ourselves that sense of accountability, and we become reliable with our energy. So a lot of the energies today are very, very intense. There's a lot of chaos in the world. There's a lot of negativity within this world, and the only way to balance that out is with unconditionality and also with love. And if we do that, if we allow ourselves to be a loving being of love and light, and we allow ourselves to have the intention with wanting to bring positivity, inspiration, and the energies of abundance to other people, then we're not giving into the energy of chaos itself. So when the energies are intense, that means that there's a lot of fluctuations within the energies, but also there's a lot of transformation. And it's kind of like the analogy of the caterpillar. You know, we're a caterpillar that's always going through a metaphysical metamorphosis. So we're always going through a transcendental metamorphosis. And sometimes when the energies are intense and the vibration and the energy feels chaotic, it doesn't mean that we stop what we're doing and we give our power away to that chaos or that intense energy, but it actually allows us to find more passion and more drive to actually do our giftings and actually step into higher leadership. So I wanted to do this quick live and let you guys know I'm going to be going live later with readings, healings, activations, and things of that nature. And I hope I get to keep this video. I hope the internet connection's good, but I really wanted to speak upon the energies that are intense emotional healings. So yeah, being human is messy. Being human has a lot of emotions and triggers. But we allow ourselves to have a sense of balance. So we allow ourselves to balance our non-physical essence, our energy, with being grounded and allowing ourselves to balance out the non-human aspects with the human aspects. So a lot of the energies today, I was feeling a lot of emotional trauma, a lot of people with their belief systems, also just situations within their life, also just situations that they have with others. I feel like a lot of the times when we're dealing with others, we can try to tap into their energy and allow ourselves to not give into the power of the chaos or the intense energy, but to be cognizant about it, but to be aware of that said energy. To be aware of the energy and to look past the lesson behind it or the reflection behind it. And if we allow ourselves to do that, then we allow ourselves to really be a being of individuality. We allow ourselves to be the individuation of creation, because we look at it from a standpoint of we're not perfect, and human beings have to see their imperfections so that they can tap into the effortless perfection of the higher self, if you will. So what I was feeling today is that our empathic abilities are really showing. We're feeling the energy of the world. We're also hearing the cries of the universe, the collective, if you will. So some of us are doing things that we don't even realize that we're doing for the entire collective. So we're holding space for the entire collective. And the only way to hold space for everybody is to allow everybody to be comfortable within their divine skin. So because that we're holding space, because that we're allowing people to be vulnerable and to let go and to be themselves, their most authentic selves, we're allowing people to be bold in their vibration, because God favors the bold. So When God favors the bold, it means that we have to become courageous, and we have to become powerful enough to allow ourselves to deal with what we're not looking at, but also to see how we can make the world a better place at the same time with these intense energies, with these energies of chaos, if you will. So in the midst of the chaos, we actually find deeper inspiration. In the messiness of the human being, we find a lot of inspiration and a lot of breakthroughs and a lot of opening up within ourselves to embark upon another stage of our journey, but also another way to look at ourselves as a metaphysical being tapped into the human body. So we allow ourselves to see that we're still human, but we're becoming a unified, loving, and balanced human. So a lot of us think that we lose sight of what humanity is when we usher into a new vibration. But it's actually becoming more human when we separate ourselves from our humanity. We actually tap into what it's like to have an emotion, what's it like to have a sensation, what it's like to actually feel and to send out those loving vibrations, but also to send out projections that are more in alignment with who we really are. And we see that when we have days like this, when we have intense, energetic days like this, we allow ourselves to see a greater part of ourselves. And we also see that it's just simple as clearing the energy. It's as simple as like just saging yourself down. But it's also as simple as just giving yourself a moment of healing or a moment of looking at what you were looking at. So, and then you have to take the attention off of yourself. So when we say that we're looking at ourselves, we're really developing more of the I am presence within ourselves. So if we lose the sense of me and we tap into the sense of I am, then we're tapping into the sense of we, because it allows us to be of service to others. Kind of like with these videos, kind of like with these live feeds, and also with readings and healings that we have with other people online and also in private sessions. We see the very fact that it's a change in us because our clients reflect who we are, but then we see the change within them. And we allow ourselves to see the change inside of everybody and seeing how much we've changed over the course of the years that have gone by. And I hope the internet connection's good. I don't know if I'm going to keep this video, but it's really seeing that just because the energies are intense doesn't mean that it's a negative thing. So it's really seeing like through the polarities of negative and positive and seeing it as a beautiful thing, because we get to upgrade ourselves and we get to change and we get to grow and to mold ourselves and expand upon the present moment here and now. And I think that's what's beautiful, is that when there's days like this and even bugs are attacking me, they're not really attacking me, but they're showing me their love. So when we have days like this, where the energies are just wonky and crazy, it means that it's the ushering of something new. It's clearing out the old and allowing the new to shine forth. And what we're doing on this earth plane too is healing an infinite sadness that we have in ourselves. A lot of us, before we were awakened, we had an infinite sadness. We had depression, we had trauma, we had been bullied as a kid. So a lot of us are cleansing the infinite sadness and actually tapping into greater joy and expansion and setting things into motion, but also not giving our power to the energies of the past or our past lifetimes, if for that matter. So we stop giving our power away and we start surrendering more to the divine. And as we surrender deeper, we actually learn to let go, and then we allow ourselves to use the energy of the law of addition. We start to add things in that are more in sync and more of implementing a new state of being, because we've already subtracted, we've already integrated, but it doesn't mean that we stop integrating. But it just means that you're staying within the present moment. You're staying within the present moment, and you're not giving into fear in a sense. So we're not giving into fear. We're not giving into lack. We're not giving into the powers of the societal norms, if you will. And we're finally disassociating ourselves from having to conform to something. And these intense energies reflect back to us how not to be, how we don't want to be, but also how to see even greater. And we actually allow ourselves to see ourselves in a completely different light. It allows us to channel off good energy, to channel off the energy of abundance, to channel off the energy that will always lift us up and hold us in the highest love and the highest light and the highest resonance. And sometimes it's just taking a moment for yourself. Sometimes it's taking a moment to find that bliss. Like I'm out in the woods and I've been out here for almost an hour. And this morning there was some energy that came up, and with me and my girlfriend, it was kind of strange. But then it was just like, well, we need to do something about it. And we did something about it. And then you understand like what needed to be cleared, what needed to be transferred, but also what needed to be an energy clearing, a cleansing, if you will. So every day we have to live our life as if we're cleansing our aura. And we have to live our life as if we're trying to change the configuration of energy, if you will. So we're trying to change the configuration of the energy, but we're also trying to change the way that we view, the way that we think, the way that we emote, and the way that we meditate upon ourselves. And it's very beautiful because we see that in the midst of even difficult situations or circumstances or experience, that we can demonstrate grace in action. And one of the things I don't like to do, I don't like going to the store. As an energetic being, I've never, even as a kid, I've never liked going to the store. And that's something that I've always had to combat, even on the spiritual journey, because now I'm more aware of said energies. And you're aware of everybody's energy. You're trying not to take on their energy, take on their baggage, or take on their, stuff. And so you allow yourself to see that, okay, I don't need to take their energy on. I can be aware of it, but I can see that I don't need to take it in. I don't need to take it on. I can be my own energy. And when we have days like this, we allow ourselves to see that we're here to be our own energy. When the energies are intense, it's a test to see what we're going to do, what decisions that we're going to make, what causes and effects that they're going to make, and also allow ourselves to prevent certain circumstances and experiences that we're attracting to ourselves. And it's learning how to be not attached towards that as well. So we're a magnetic force, and if we use it in a way of discernment, love, and gratitude, then we can go anywhere and be the beacon of light that changes the energy wherever you go. Did you grow up in religion pushed on you? I was a Christian. I used to be a Christian before I awakened. So that's where I had to see all of the condemnation and the judgment and the Christian deception that was present there. So I had to also just let go of that. So I didn't have it necessarily pushed on me, but I, was a Christian for a little bit. And then when I met my girlfriend, I had to see through all of that, and I had to see through a religious spirit in a sense. And I believe a lot of light workers do as well. A lot of light workers are getting past this deception. getting past this deception that we have to pay for something, that we have to, instead of actually looking at it and healing it and moving on, that there's no sin there, that the illusion of sin is non-existent. And when people do that, or they project that, they are still in the realm of the justification of right and wrong. And I think that's a beautiful thing. Like, that's a beautiful question that she asked me, because nothing should feel like you're being pushed on the spiritual journey. It should feel as if you're being nudged to do something, not pushed to do something, not forced to do something, but being nudged in the right direction. I think a lot of people never really correlate that and vocalize that in that way. It should feel like a nudge in the right direction. Yes, there's moments where you'll be pushed to do stuff, but we should feel like we're being nudged in the right direction, that we're being nudged and that we're being pulled towards our destiny, if you will. We're being pulled to our destiny. We're being called to our destiny. We're being called to our calling. We're being chosen for this path so that we are able to heal and to be free and to be kind and to be loving and to not give in to the power that be, so that we can be ourselves, so that we can be our authentic selves. And if we allow ourselves to do that, then we allow ourselves to be genuine and authentic. We allow ourselves to be genuine and authentic to the core, because it allows us to see through the bullshit of even the deceptions in the spiritual community. So when the energies are intense, that means that there's integration. And when there's integration, that means there's a disintegration of what we're holding on to, of what we're not allowing in our lives, and also the ways that we're restricting and not being receptive and having non-biased acceptance towards things. So a lot of us are understanding this energy, and also we're understanding to get past of the falselyhood of the self-identification of the ego. So we're not going from our mind, but we're going from our heart. We're not just going from what's up here, we're going from what's up here and then shooting the energy up to here. And we're becoming the landscape of energy. So you see that I have all these caterpillars on me. See that? I have these caterpillars probably crawling on me. I hope the internet connection's good. I hope I can keep this video. But it's really seeing that healing is not just perpetuating that you're healing, or keep going into the same patterns, or keep going into the revolving door of healing, but it's breaking through the thresholds that are binding you to certain places. It's breaking through a wall. It's breaking through a barrier. It's getting past that stale energy. So a lot of us talk about healing and that we have to keep doing it and doing it and doing it. That's dwelling within your shadow work. Now, I'm not saying that you don't have to integrate your shadow, but I'm just saying that if we keep doing that, then we're just dwelling within the shadow, and we're not actually accepting it, accepting that we do have a shadow, and allowing the light and the dark to be one with one another. So I think that's what's beautiful about that. It's beautiful because then you're not giving your allegiance or your power to something, because you're becoming the power itself. So the very fact that you're becoming the power and emulating the power and then channeling that said power within yourself and becoming it and walking in it and staying grounded and anointing within it. That's why I go out here in nature to ground, so that I'm not forgetting Mother Gaia. I'm not forgetting that divine feminine essence of creation. And we can't forget who we are. We can't let go of what we are, and we have to become who we are, and we have to stand firm in that fluctuation of that energy. and give ourselves punctuation, give ourselves ways to implement and ways to follow our inspiration. So always speak from your chest and always speak from your heart, because the solar plexus in the heart allows us to really vocalize from our throat chakra, and there's a frequency behind that. So it allows us to vocalize that frequency, and then you're sending those different words of wisdoms that are generating that heart healing activation within everybody. It was a beautiful thing that Tony Robbins said. It's not your conditions, it's your decisions. It's not our conditions, it's our decisions. That's a beautiful thing to think about. It's not our conditions, it's our decisions. Appreciation will give you stimulation. And when you have stimulations, you offer up another simulation of the illusion. And it allows you to use your power for the greater good of all. And just because the energies are intense doesn't mean that we have to give in to those energies. It doesn't mean we have to forget what we are. We don't ground to forget what we are. We ground so that we stand firm in what we are. We ground to stay committed. We ground to stay there, to stay in that high vibration. A lot of people are like, okay, let's get out of the meditation. Let's let go of the power that was there, and then we forget about it, and then we have a week of absolute hell. And I don't think that's what we should do. I think that's actually the opposite of what we should do. But at the end of the day, I can say all the stuff that I say on my lives, and that's fine. But you guys have to go with your gut and go with that gut instinct and your solar plexus and your heart to really find out what is inside of you. Because then we're now channeling from what's inside of us. That's our master intuitive that wants to breathe life back into our space. So that's what allows us to be non-dual. That's what allows us to be non-attached, but also that allows us to be individuated within our creation and create while we're in the midst of the chaos and the intense energies. There's limbs falling down about to hit me. Caterpillars are falling from the sky. So I hope I get to keep this video. I'm really enjoying this live, and I enjoy the people that are on here. And also just psychically protect yourselves, because when the energies are intense, we have the ability to allow stuff to come in, or allow thoughts to come in and negative emotions to come in, and also others that want something from your gifting, okay? But just know that you don't need someone to prop you up, because God will allow you to be seen in the way that you need to be seen. And God will align the best friends. God will align the best teachers. And God will align the best archetype of your energy to be channeled at that said moment in time. So, okay, we're going to be doing some healing energy. So if you want to take part in this healing energy, I'm also going to be going live later, doing readings and healings and stuff like that. I hope the internet connection's good. Let me know. We're going to be doing some healing energy. So accept this healing energy before you receive the healing energy itself. If you guys are wondering what I'm doing, it's Stupa Mudra energy. This is a healing modality that the Buddhists use. Allow us to encompass our psychic gifts. Allow us to embody the true nature of Source. Allow us to be the energy that carries the energy of the sacred flame, the future of a new generation, a new dawning of light workers and the chosen ones. So allow ourselves to see ourselves encompassed in a different light. And just because the energies are intense today doesn't mean we have to be in those intense energies, but to change our velocity and change our luminosity in the way that we receive at all given times. So that we're illuminating the light of the creation and stimulating the sensations and the emotions so that we can have a new simulation of consciousness. So just know that our spirit animals are guiding us at this time. A lot of you with the unicorns, a lot of you with dragons, and also horses. A lot of you have spirit animals, and the horse means to be carefree and embody your freedom. Sixth dimensional beings, if you will. So also allow yourself to embody the dragon's energy, the elementals, earth and water dragon, earth and fire dragon, the dusky pink dragon from Andromeda, to embody the chakras with love, also Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Sandalphon, Raphael, Mother Mary, Saint Germain, the Intergalactic Council, Grandmother and the Tribal Women are also in attendance with this healing. So we're channeling the heart centers. So receive this heart activation. So we're going to ground deep into the earth. Take everything you don't like, put it in a ball of energy, and send it back to the sun. And we're also going to download Metatron's cube into the causal chakra. Also, a lot of caterpillars are crawling on me, so we're going to also allow ourselves to use that analogy that I used earlier, that we're all going through a non-physical metamorphosis and a physical metamorphosis with our giftings. Because we are doing this, we have to see the significance of the caterpillar, in that once we breach through that cocoon and then we spread our wings like a beautiful monarch butterfly, we allow ourselves to see ourselves encompassed in a different light. We see ourselves getting past what we're withholding. And we allow ourselves to be a unified, loving, grounded, and psychically protected being in a force field of electromagnetic kinetic source energy. So we allow ourselves to imbibe that consciousness. to be fully conscious again, to be fully alive again, to be true to the core and to be true to the journey. And we see that we don't have to be like anything but to be our most authentic selves. We became the person that we are today, going through the struggles, going through the turmoil, the trauma, and the emotional hurts of the past to stay present so that we're channeling the energy of the future. So we're going to tap into the tree people. They're going to help us be grounded. And we're also going to tap into Sasquatch as well. A lot of them have a lot of wisdom to give you. They help you teleportation. They help you manifest greater, but also to be balanced within your energy as well. And to allow you to receive information at a greater rate of speed. So we're going to tap into the Sasquatch's energy as well. The tree people allow us to be grounded. I've interacted with them a lot. From the movie Guardians of the Galaxy, Groot is a real being. It's not just a show, but it is a real being. And they allow us to be grounded and connected, and they don't really say much. They really just say that I am this. And they allow us to see the affirmation of I am. That I am blessed, I am love, I am whole, I am everything that I want to become. I am everlasting. I am the blessing. And I am love. Don't ever forget who you are. Remember who you are and walk in it fully once again. And so it is. I hope you guys receive that healing energy. Also, I hope you enjoyed the live. I hope the internet connection is good. I hope I get to keep this video so I can post it on YouTube and stuff. But I want to thank you guys so much. I'm going to go live later too and do readings and healings for just a like and a share and a gift. So if you see me on there, feel free to receive. But also if you received just now, thank you. God bless and namaste. I want to thank you guys so much for being a part of this live feed and also just watching and listening and even subscribing to the YouTube channel as well. Anything helps. Also, don't be afraid to book a private session for $70 and a healing session for $60 and a psychic class for $50 as well. Go to YouTube channel, White Wolf the Oracle, Instagram, whitewolf4741, and BitChute, White the Oracle 23_@. I had caterpillars crawling all over me on that live. They're insane here in South Carolina. They're absolutely insane. They're crawling all over me. Can't get them to stop. Yeah, they do, but sometimes they like almost like die. I don't know if they die or like they shed out of a different skin or something. It's kind of weird. Sometimes they do that. But thank you guys so much for being a part of this live feed. Thank you for liking it. Thank you for sharing it. And God bless and namaste.